Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me Matt here, and today I'm discussing how to lucid dream without sleep paralysis. So a lot of you guys have been wondering how to lucid dream, but you've found that you're kind of a bit concerned about the potential possibility of going into sleep paralysis. Now this isn't something that is highly likely or anything, but there are some methods where sleep paralysis is a risk, and there are some methods where it isn't really. So first of all, we need to understand when sleep paralysis becomes a risk. So sleep paralysis is a risk with any direct method of getting lucid. What do I mean by a direct method? Well, I mean a method in which you go directly from the waking state into a lucid dream and you are aware of the transition as it happens and you go directly there, preserving your waking consciousness as you enter the dream. When this happens, you enter a dream very, very quickly. And what normally happens when you're asleep is that your body paralyzes itself to prevent you from acting out your dreams. Now, when you're awake in this state, this is known as sleep paralysis. But what can happen when you're actually trying to enter into a dream right away, and you enter into it pretty quickly, is that while you're there about to enter the dream, your body starts to enter that stage of paralysis, and so you experience sleep paralysis. Now, this is quite rare, particularly if you know what you're doing with the method, then you're going to get into the dream before that has a chance to occur. And in fact, you may encounter the opposite problem where you don't have sleep paralysis and you're in a dream where basically when you try to move in a dream, your real body starts moving and just snaps you out of it and wakes you up. And this can actually be a problem of its own. What I suggest you do to counter this is when you get into a dream, if you're not sure that your body is paralyzed yet, then just wait a little bit before trying to move around. Sleep paralysis itself isn't too likely to happen unless you go about it in a kind of slower way. Now, what was the more popular way of going about wild or wake-induced lucid dreams originally was a method where you actually went through sleep paralysis and then while in sleep paralysis you performed the actual technique and got into a lucid dream. But we've since learned that this is not necessary. You do not need to be in sleep paralysis to perform wild. And in fact, in my opinion, this is just a way of convoluting the process and making it take longer and be more difficult because it is much, much harder to get into sleep paralysis than it is to actually induce a lucid dream with wild. So I suggest just skipping that step and focusing on the next step of actually trying to get into the dream. However, if you are afraid of sleep paralysis and you just don't want to risk even the smallest chance of experiencing it, then wild might not be the method for you, because while I've personally never actually encountered it while simply trying to do it the method that doesn't involve sleep paralysis, there is that potential risk, and so you may as well just avoid that method until you're comfortable with the idea of sleep paralysis and use other things in the meantime. So what I suggest you use is something like an indirect method. Indirect methods of actually getting lucid are things like mild, wake back to bed, or reality checks. So for example, wake back to bed. You actually get up for a period of time, set your intention to lucid dream, think about the lucid dream you're going to have, and then you go back to sleep. And with this method, you don't necessarily enter into a lucid dream right away. You actually allow yourself to fall asleep naturally. And because of that, that means you're going to have the chance to actually be asleep before your body enters sleep paralysis. Whereas with wild, if you're actually trying to go about it the sleep paralysis way, then you keep your mind awake while your body falls asleep. And so you experience yourself going into sleep paralysis. With indirect methods, you fall asleep mentally before your body falls asleep. And so you do not experience that. So you don't actually experience that part of it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with these methods, I actually have guides to reality checks, to mild, to wake back to bed, all on my channel. If you want to find those, what you should do is you should go to my channel page and you should click on basically the home tab where it actually shows all of the channel. And you should scroll down, and I have several playlists there, which by the way, you should check out these playlists because they separate the channel into different subjects and so on. And you might find subjects on my channel that you didn't know I discussed because you just missed those videos. Because YouTube actually recommends you videos based on the things that you like. So it's possible that you haven't been seeing some of my videos that I've been putting out. You've just been seeing recommendations based on what you like. So do check out those playlists. But what you want to do now is go to the Lucid Dreaming playlist and just look at the list of videos there and you'll find guides for mild, wake back to bed and other methods. So yes, use those indirect methods, and that way you're not going to give yourself that increased risk of sleep paralysis. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to subscribe for more. And also be sure to check out my Advanced Lucidity audio course, which is in the description below if you're interested in learning more about lucid dreaming. And if you want to support the channel, then check out my Patreon page. Thanks for watching once again. Take care.